Okay, so here's my MaxxHaul cargo carrier basket thing I bought on Amazon, and I have it all assembled on top of my vehicle, and I like it. So I haven't taken it on my trip yet. That's coming up in a little bit, but I've had it on for about 2 weeks now, and over a few hundred miles through a few rainstorms. And some of the things I did per reviews, a lot of people talked about the fit and finish of the paint, and so I have gone through some rainstorms and there is not one bit of rust on this device. So what I did was I just took some, before I assembled it, each little piece I painted with some spray, truck bed spray liner I got at AutoZone, and I sprayed each piece individually and then I assembled it, and then it's been on my roof rack. So you see it's kind of got a rough, I like the finish, it looks pretty good. And then the other, so that settled that, so I haven't had any rust. It's rained for like 3 days, and not a problem. The only other thing I did was right here where the joints are, I used heat shrink that has glue on it. So I didn't strengthen the joint any, because I think the slip fit joint is where your strength is from. The screw just stops it from backing out right there. So I just put a piece of heat shrink with glue on it to seal the wall, make that a sealed joint. So I did that. So those two things I think have significantly aided, or is going to aid, in maintaining this. And then the only other thing that I've done is on the very front, where the little wind deflector comes on. So there's holes drilled inside here. So this screw just passes through. So I used epoxy. I was trying to figure out what to do. I could use silicone, and I really didn't want this to vibrate in the wind. And I know how things at high speed resonate. So before I put on this faceplate, I filled the holes with epoxy, just some JB Weld Walmart special epoxy, and filled the holes. Then I filled then I clipped this on, and then on the screws I wrapped the screw with epoxy to goop that on, and then screwed it down in. And you can see that as I screwed it down, it overfilled the hole and squished back out. So I think that's my watertight seal, and I was able to achieve that on all 4 screws. So I think that's going to be okay. So I think for, you know, a fairly inexpensive roof rack system, and just, I think the spray paint was $9. Epoxy I had laying around, so there wasn't that. And then the heat shrink, this is Amazon. I'll put these on the link, and maybe that was $7. And so for less than $20, I think I significantly upgraded my roof rack. And I bought these crossbars. So these are just Omac. It's a German company. I had these rails for my car, but I didn't have the crossbars, so I bought those. Nothing special about those. They're just specialized to my vehicle, though I like them and they've held up pretty well. So yeah, I would recommend painting it, and I would recommend the heat shrink.